YouTube family, Greg D here with TGN, and we are back for another DCUO video. And today, what I'm going to do for you is give you a very easy and updated sorcery DPS loadout. Before we get started, what I'm using and what I will show you is what works best for me. Playing with one hand, it's the easiest way for me personally to do damage. This may not work. Well, I don't want to say it may not work for you, but you may be able to do it better. You may find a different way to do it that makes or produces more damage, but this is what works for me, honestly. And it's a pretty easy loadout, so that's why I wanted to bring it to you today. This is honestly the best one thus far, and the only reason why I decided to change it is I've needed something new. You know, you always got to find ways to make the game a little new, a little more exciting. So without further ado, get into the power trees. In your destiny tree, you go 2 down the right to get Weapon of Destiny, 3 down the left to get Circle of Destiny. Summoning tree, you go 3 down the middle to get Transmutation. This will be where the majority of your damage, at least from your powers, will come. And you want to go all the way down to the left to get Offering. And then, of course, Grand Summoning, Supercharge. You know, obviously one of, if not the best supercharge in the game, in my opinion. And that leaves you with 2 iconic powers left over, which will be taken by, as per usual, your 2 DPS iconics, Tactical Genius and Weapons Expert, giving you the critical attack chance and the critical attack damage. So for the loadout, Offering, Weapon of Destiny, Grand Summoning your Supercharge, obviously your pet, being Fury in this case, Transmutation, and Circle of Destruction. So basically what we're going to do is, it's pretty easy. You're going to clip these 2 together, Offering and Weapon of Destiny. You're going to do a weapon attack. Now I am using Weapon Mastery in this loadout. I've tried without Weapon Mastery, and some people are able to do a boatload of damage without using Weapon Mastery, but honestly, for me playing with one hand, it's easier for me to do the Weapon Mastery, and the loss that you will get for your pet is really minimal, and I feel like that me being able to do quick weapon attacks will kind of make up for that anyway. So what I mean by the loss of the pet damage is, if you look at there, it says Weapon Mastery crit excluded. So basically what that means is the pet won't be able to crit damage. But like I said, with how quick you can rattle off the damage with Weapon Mastery, I feel like it'll make up for that, honestly. So not really too concerned about that. So if we go over here, Offering, this is the power that basically powers your pet. So, you know, obviously the more power your pet has, the better chance of the pet being able to do big numbers as far as the damage is concerned. Weapon of Destiny is your attack buff and gives you your power interaction. So as you see there, it says, depending on your role, inflicts bad karma so that your enemy attacks either heal their targets or damage their own allies. So power interactions, very good. And I've also noticed too that when you have Weapon of Destiny up and running, a lot of times the pet itself will do more damage too, which is awesome. So Grand Summoning is your 50% supercharge cost here. This is basically you summon one of each of the pets. So you summon a Fury, which is the DPS pet. You summon a Watcher, which is the healer pet. And then you summon a Guardian, which is the tank pet. So in DPS role, when this is active, you have 2 DPS pets, a healer pet, and a tank pet. For I haven't really timed out how long it lasts, but it's usually for about 20-30 seconds. So this supercharge is extremely handy in boss fights or in raids in general, for example. So here you see Fury. This is your pet itself. Transmutation. Now this will be your burst damage. Deals additional damage to enemies afflicted with bad karma or when the red soul aura is active. And as you notice here, when you have the pet available, you'll get that red soul aura, which will be like a red swirly type looking animation around you. So that's how you know that the whatchamacallit, the aura is active. And then lastly, we have Circle of Destruction. Now, this is basically just a damage over time. Once again, those enemies inflicted with bad karma will take extra damage over time. Now, one thing I want to mention about Circle of Destruction is, especially in the lower end content, where you'll be able to kill enemies really, really quickly, you don't need to waste your time using Circle of Destruction. You can basically just power your pet, use your weapon attack buff, and then do transmutation. That's it. So what I have as far as the skill points, just to go over this really quickly, obviously you want your super speed mode, and then when you go into weapons, I'm using two-handed. I personally like two-handed. Brawling into martial arts is another great weapon mastery. Hand blaster into bow is another decent weapon mastery. I personally have just always loved the two-handed one, so that's what I use. So with the weapon mastery, all you have to do is, you'll see there are special requirements there in order to unlock it. So you'll go down here, unlock whatever abilities that you need to, and then obviously you want to get your critical attack chance and your damage. And then if you have enough power points left over, once you actually unlock the weapon mastery, get your precision and your might down here on the second level. So as you see here, we're using Arrow Storm Mastery in this case, which is, like I said, very, very easily. All you have to do is hold the ranged button twice. Not a big deal. And then what's nice about doing the weapon mastery in this case is you can come down here and in DPS roll, you can unlock the might and precision, which is 25 might and precision per point. So I did this. So I did that in the two-handed tree and in the bow tree as well. So I came down here. The nice thing, though, about using the weapon mastery in this case, I've noticed, is because you need 20 or 21 points in each tree, you can do your DPS stuff, but then with the extra points that you need, usually you can kind of buff up your alternate roll, if that makes sense. So in this case, what I did was, in case I feel like healing at times with sorcery, I did some, well, I didn't do it in this case, but you can do like critical healing magnitude or some defense, or you know, the extra power if you're a controller, or the extra dominance if you're a tank. So that can come in handy too. So basically, let's get into the loadout. Like I said, it's really easy. All you're going to do is you're going to clip those two together. Do your thing, do that, do your thing, do that, and then boom, pow. So the big thing here is, as you can see, even without not having the crit for the Fury is still, while it's powered up, is still able to hit for like 300,000 damage. Now, obviously, that's a little biased, I guess I should say, just because obviously we're combat rating 175 and the sparring target is combat rating 126. But actually, I should even do my trinket too. So basically, like I said, what you're going to do, you're going to clip Weapon of Destiny and Offering. So you're going to do that. So then what I do is I do a weapon attack. Do that. Get Circle of Destruction. Weapon attack. Da-da-da. Da-da-da. Now, the important thing that you have to remember, too, is, I mean, look how quickly you can do that damage. Like I said, let's actually let this cool down here a little bit. But the main thing to remember here is when your transmutation is open, you always want to hit it. And when Offering is available, you always want to hit it, because you always want to make sure that your pet has power, because that's where you'll get the big damage from. So, as I said earlier, in the case of when you're in the lower end content and you don't need Circle of Destruction because you're basically killing everything so quickly, all you would have to do is you clip these, you do your weapon attack, and then you just go straight into, see how even like quicker that is? And then Offering and Fury pump back up, so you do that, do a weapon attack, hit the thing, do the weapon attack, do the thing, hit the weapon attack, and then you're available there. So ba-pa, ba-pa, ba-pa. So as you can see, you can rattle off damage really, really quickly here. And if you have your precision points up there, look, I mean, I'm critting for anywhere from 25 to 30,000 damage. So that's pretty damn impressive. And like I said, I feel like whatever I lose from Fury not being able to crit, I'll be able to make up with being able to crit higher myself, if that makes any kind of sense. So one more time, let's go through it really, really slow. Now, I suppose you could actually kind of, let me see if you can actually probably just do all of these together. Yeah, that might actually work better. There we go. Yeah, that might actually work better, because then you can do that, do your weapon attack, do that, do your weapon attack, do that, do your weapon attack. So that might actually work a little bit better. So let's do this real slow. So you're going to clip those, get your circle down, you're going to hit your weapon mastery, then your transmutation, hit your weapon mastery, transmutation, then you're going to clip those two back, get them back up, hit your weapon mastery, transmutation, hit your weapon mastery, transmutation. We'll get these back up. So I mean, you can see, like, I'm even critting for like 30 or 50,000 I saw there. Holy hell. So this is actually much, much faster than I realized. 50,000 again, 53,000. So like, this is pretty gnarly here. See, and then, because what you basically do is as soon as you hit that weapon mastery, you hit transmutation, and then you get that burst damage of like 4 or 5 little things there. So one more time, last time, I promise. So we'll clip Offering and Fury slow. We'll get the circle going, do our weapon mastery, do transmutation, do weapon mastery, transmutation, then your Fury Offering is back up, weapon mastery, transmutation, weapon mastery, transmutation. And there you go. See, I'm hitting for like, I'm critting for 58,000 damage, which is pretty damn good. So there you have it. I mean, it's really, I think, pretty simple. You're only using 4 powers, essentially. And the fact that you can clip 2 of them together kind of helps too. So, with that being said, guys, that will conclude this video. I hope you guys found it informative and enjoyable. Try this out for yourself. Like I said, if you want to try Weapon Mastery, go for it. If you want to use it without Weapon Mastery, that's cool. Just give it a shot. See if you like it. Honestly, I think this is a lot quicker and deals a lot more damage than what I was using previously. But, you know, that's how you learn. That's how you understand what works for you and what doesn't work for you. So, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more DCUO content on the channel. And until next time, we'll see you soon.